It's amazing, isn't it? Just when you think you've got a handle on the latest and greatest AI image generators, something new pops up and it's even faster and even more powerful. Like, how is that even possible?
It's true. The pace of development in this field is just mind-blowing. I mean, we're seeing these big leaps forward almost every other week now.
And it's not just the big names anymore, is it?
Not at all. You've got these smaller companies
Yeah.
like Black Forest Labs, for instance.
Yeah. They just launched their Flux 1.1 Pro, right? And the big selling point, from what I've seen, is speed. 6 times faster than their last version. Come on. Plus, they're claiming way better image quality, and they've got some seriously impressive benchmark scores.
Yeah, and those benchmark tests aren't just some made-up marketing thing, They're actually designed to really see how well an AI model understands what you're asking for in your prompts, how realistic the images actually are. It's pretty rigorous stuff.
So for Flux 1.1 Pro to be beating out these big names like Midjourney and DALL-E 3 on, what was it called, the artificial analysis image arena?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's a big deal, right?
Huge deal. It tells you they're doing something right. Like the way these models are actually processing information and turning that into actual visuals, that's a massive leap forward.
It makes you wonder, what's their secret sauce? But then again, it's not like Black Forest Labs just popped out of nowhere, did they? They were founded by, like, the same developers who worked on Stable Diffusion, weren't they?
Exactly. So they're not exactly newbies to this whole AI image generation scene, are they? They've got a really solid foundation to build on.
And they're really using that experience to push the envelope, it seems. But I gotta say, this whole speed increase thing with Flux 1.1 Pro, that's gotta be a game changer for a lot of people, right?
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. Less time waiting around for your images to generate. That means you have more time to play around, experiment, actually be creative. It's way more practical, especially for pros who need things done yesterday.
And then there's the pricing for their new API. This one kind of threw me for a loop. They're offering their most advanced model, this Flux 1.1 Pro, for less than the previous version. What's up with that?
Right. You'd think they'd jack up the price for the latest and greatest, but it seems like they're really trying to make these tools more accessible to everyone, not just the bigwigs.
Which, with the way this whole field is blowing up, could be a smart move. And speaking of blowing up, can we talk about the elephant in the room? Black Forest Labs and Elon Musk's Grok AI. What's going on there?
Well, now that just adds a whole other layer of intrigue to the story, doesn't it? But I think the real takeaway here is how fast things are moving. This isn't just about making pretty pictures anymore.
It's like this whole AI thing is evolving right before our eyes. And speaking of evolving, AI video generation, right?
Oh, yeah. That's the other side of the coin, isn't it? We're seeing the same kind of crazy progress there, too, like new tools and updates popping up left and right.
And some of these new tools, let me tell you, they're not just iterating, they're straight up mind-blowing.
Okay, spill the tea.
Yeah.
What's got you so excited?
We'll take Pika Labs, for example. They just dropped version 1.5 of their AI video generator, Pika. And it's got this new feature, Pikaffects. And it's wild.
Pikaffects. That definitely sounds intriguing.
But basically, you can apply these AI-powered video effects, right? And then we're not just talking like your grandma's Instagram filters here. Think like turning everyday objects into cakes, making things explode, melt, you name it. The possibilities are endless.
Sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie or maybe a cartoon.
Right. It's like, what's next? Turning your cat into a unicorn. But here's the kicker, and this is where things get really interesting from a technical standpoint, I think. For these effects to actually work, the AI needs to understand what it's looking at.
Or you're saying it needs to actually recognize the objects in the video.
Exactly. It has to figure out what things are, where they are in the scene, and how they'd react to these, let's face it, pretty outlandish transformations.
So it's not just slapping a generic filter on top of everything. It's actually messing with the very fabric of reality.
I know. It's mind-blowing when you think about it. And it's a sign of just how good these AI models are getting. They're not just recognizing patterns anymore. They're actually understanding the world around them, at least in a visual sense.
Absolutely. You know what this means for the future of video editing, right?
Oh, it's going to be huge.
I'm talking like a total paradigm shift.
Yeah.
Imagine this. You need to remove something from the background of your video. No problem. Just tell the AI to make it disappear. Want to tweak the lighting? Add some realistic-looking shadows? It'll be child's play.
So we're talking about a level of control and flexibility that, like, even professional video editors could only dream of just a few years ago.
Precisely. And what's really got my attention is how quickly these companies are moving. Pika Labs, for example. They were just founded last year, right? by some, get this, former Meta AI researchers.
No kidding. So they're like the rebels who went rogue.
Something like that. And they hit the ground running. They've already secured a ton of funding and are pumping out these major updates like it's nothing. It's incredible to watch.
Makes you think, what's in the water over there at Pika Labs? But the point is, this is a space to watch, and I mean closely, people.
Oh, for sure. And you know what else? Pika Labs isn't the only one making waves.
Oh, right. There's like a whole ecosystem popping up around this AI video generation thing, isn't there?
You've got companies like Runway, Luma Labs. They're all making some serious headway in this space. And the competition, well, let's just say it's heating up.
But hey, that's a good thing, right? A little healthy competition never hurt anyone. In fact, it's usually what drives innovation. And at the end of the day, it's the users who benefit. Am I right?
Couldn't have said it better myself. This kind of fierce competition is pushing the boundaries of what's possible with AI. It's a win-win for everyone involved, really.
Except maybe the competition. But speaking of competition, can we talk about the elephant in the room? Or should I say the 800-pound gorilla? Meta. What are they bringing to this AI video generation party?
Oh, they're not just bringing a dessert, my friend. They're bringing the whole darn buffet. Meta's calling their new AI system MovieGen. And let me tell you, it's ambitious, to say the least.
Okay, so we've got Black Forest Labs doing their thing with speed and all that, making things more accessible with Flux 1.1 Pro. And then there's Pika Labs pushing the boundaries, getting kind of crazy with those Pikaffects and Pika 1.5. But Meta, right? They always got to be in the mix. What are they up to in this whole AI video generation world?
Well, they're not just dipping their toes in the water. They're diving in head first. Meta's calling their new AI system MovieGen. And it's, let's just say they're swinging for the fences with this one.
MovieGen, huh?
Oh.
Okay, that's a pretty bold name. What makes it so special? What's got you so intrigued?
Well, they're aiming to create a single AI system that can do it all. Generate the video, the audio, even handle the editing process, all from your text prompts.
Hold on. So you're saying I could just type out like a whole scene and this AI will just spit out a fully realized video with sound effects and music and everything?
That's the idea, yeah. Imagine describing a scene, any scene you can think of, and the AI doesn't just create the visuals, it adds in the sound effects, the music, the dialogue, the whole shebang.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. This isn't just AI generating videos, it's like AI taking over Hollywood. But how does it actually work? Is it really as good as they say it is?
Well, from their internal testing, they're claiming that MovieGen outperforms every other AI video generator out there right now in terms of, realism and what it can actually do. But yeah, there's a catch.
There's always a catch, isn't there? What's the catch with MovieGen?
Well, it's not available to the public yet. Meta's keeping it under wraps for the time being. They're citing safety concerns as the reason.
Yeah, that makes sense. Things are moving so fast in this AI world. You got to be careful about what you unleash on the world, right?
Absolutely. This technology is incredibly powerful, and there's definitely a need to tread carefully and really think about the ethical implications of it all, especially with something as powerful as MovieGen.
It's a good reminder that as cool as all this technology is, these AI tools, they're just that, tools. It's up to us, the humans, to decide how we're going to use them, for better or for worse.
Couldn't have said it better myself. It's both an exciting and, let's be honest, kind of scary time to be alive. The possibilities with AI are pretty much limitless, but it's our responsibility to make sure they're used for good.
Well said. So from warp speed image generation to video effects that'll make your head spin, and now AI-powered movie making. We've covered some seriously mind-blowing stuff in this deep dive, haven't we?
We really have. It's clear that AI is changing the game when it comes to creating and experiencing all kinds of content.
And the crazy thing is, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Who knows what the future holds for AI and creativity? One thing's for sure, though, things are about to get a whole lot more interesting.